They are here and it's just about to go down.
Live in the flesh.
Welcome to City 105 on FM. It's obviously your first time here. And most definitely they are here because of the just released movie, part 1 of the movie titled LISABI The Uprising. We're just going to have chats about that. So send in those questions so we can ask them on your behalf and you can hear their responses to your questions. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah,
doing good.
So you guys look too chill. What's going on? You guys look too chill. So first off, getting here, I heard that there was a bit of a mix-up. It was a bit stressful.
Yeah,
anyway.
most certainly.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
But good to have you here. Your first time at City FM. First off, let's just ask, how has the whole thing been? Has it been too overwhelming? Has it been better than you thought it was going to be? Has it been too stressful? Describe it for us. The whole
all in one. It's been stressful moving from one place to another for the premiere.
Yeah.
And then now the movie is out. At first I'm so anxious. When you shoot a movie, you're only seeing it through your own lens. Now it is through the lenses of every other person watching it.
Yeah.
So we're always anxious to get a review of what people feel about it, and it's been amazing. It's been
Fantastic.
great reviews, and that's
Okay.
the rest of my
Let's hear from the missus too, because she was indeed as much as you were.
Right.
Mrs. Adedimeji, please.
Well, it's been overwhelming. It's been beautiful. The reviews has been so beautiful and wonderful. We love it all.
Amazing. Now let's speak about this, because it's very, very clear when we check your social media. It's very clear how very personal this was for you. Talking about how much you appreciated the people that were part of the movie, the process, the directors, to the cast members, everybody. You have shown your appreciation over time.
Right.
And talk to us about the whole process, like working with the people that you worked with, and of course, obviously you had a role in picking the people that you wanted to work with for certain things as concerns this movie. So speak to us about that, how there was a family bonding in this particular movie for you.
Right. I've done a lot of work for people. I've featured in a lot of people's movie. I've carried other people's movie on my head, whether I'm in it or not. So when I thought of doing LISABI, and I had a discussion with my wife, and I feel this is the next thing to do. I remember that in 2021, I did one epic film that I featured in, and then Niyi Akimolayan saw it, and then he sent me a message that, wow, I love this that you did. Papa, we should do epic film now. Come up with a story, this, that. And that was 2021. I just said, okay, no problem, I'll come up with a story. When I'm ready, I would eventually let you know. And then the story didn't come up. Nothing came to me until I thought of LISABI. And then the moment I thought of LISABI, I just went back to him and be like, I think I'm ready now. Now I have an epic story that I want us to tell. And I know him when it comes to creativity. Niyi is good about it, and I feel, who can direct this job for me that will make it not look like what I have been into before. I featured in a lot of epic movies. Now I want to produce one. I don't want it to look like what I have been into. I want it to look a bit different from what people have seen before. So I just went to Niyi Akimolayan. Apart from the fact that I'm going to be collaborating with you on this job, I want you to direct this job for me. And then he was so excited and be like, okay, now let's get to it. Let's start. And then we moved to Oyo, and because we filmed this in Oyo, actually we filmed it on Ibrahim Chatta's Film Village.
Okay.
And this was the first job that was going to be done on the village. So at the time we got to the village, it was just the palace is still under construction at that time. So, and I don't want to use existing villages. I want everything to be as new as possible. If I'm shooting a 17th century film, I want it to look like that 17th century film. So everything you saw in that film was built from scratch. We built everything. All the mud houses that you saw were built from scratch. Everything, because we really want to put our all into it, so that it will stand out and look away from what people have seen before. And then Niyi, as a director, I love when you have your own people that you want to work with. So as a director, he has his own people that he loves to work with, and these are all my fans and all, so bringing them together and then we together as well, it was more like a family affair, and then we just got on set, and it was a beautiful thing all the way down.
Now, you talked about the uniqueness of this movie, that you didn't want it to be like every other epic movie, right? And you can see that you were heavily invested in this. But I want to ask a question, like, you picking LISABI, the movie, to create this thing, does it have to do with the fact that, you know, it's a story about people from Ogun State, or a select group of people from Ogun State, you being from Ogun State yourself? Did it speak to you personally, or how long has this been a burning desire for you to create?
Yeah, it's been in me for a while, but I didn't realize that it was something I'm going to jump onto very fast.
Yeah.
What led me into all of this is Anyala.
Okay.
You know, after I filmed Anyala, which is a biopic, I realized that I've done like 4 other biopics. Anyala is gone, it's no more, and I did the biopic. I did the biopic of like 3 other people that are still living and they are still existing. The sitting president, I did Ige, and I did one other one, The Strangers, and they are all still alive, you know. And then after doing that, getting the review from them, you know, it's away from somebody that you cannot see again, but these are people I can see, and I just had to study them for a few months to get into their character. And then getting the review from them, I was like, okay, I think this is a line that I should follow. I think I should just basically do a lot of biopics and all of that. And then I felt, Anyala is from Egba, let's go back to Egba again and do. Anyala isn't a warrior. We are so proud of other global warriors, heroes, and all of that. So what is happening to our own? So let's pick one of our own and start with it and see how people will accept it and appreciate it. And then said, let's go back to Egba and pick up LISABI.
So the fact that you're from Ogun, you didn't have a role to play in it?
You know, of course. I have to go back home first. So let me go back home first, and after then I can now start picking from other heroes from other states and all that, and build up on them and see how far we can go.
Fantastic.
So how easy, this is a 2-in-1 question for both of you, the Mr. and Mrs. How easy was it for you to decide that, you know, your wife would be in it? At what point did you decide that? And how excited, comfortable, uncomfortable were you when you found out, or was this all like you're all planning it together, so there was no surprise and all of that?
Yeah, at first it wasn't. She was more like to just come and play a simple role, because as an executive producer and all that, it's going to be too much of load. So I had to take it off my head and put the job of the producer on her head. You do this one, make me face another thing, and then all that. So she wasn't. So even the role she played wasn't her role. She was just supposed to play just very few scenes so that she can see to the affairs while I'm too busy with the lead role and all of that. But few days, like 2 days, to the principal photography, we have to switch, because the person that was supposed to play the lead female couldn't make it anymore, and I can't start looking for another actor, and she hasn't been training. She's been supporting us because we trained for like 15 days. So she's just gingering every other person, not knowing that she's going to.
Yes, so.
You know. So I just told her, I'm sorry, you have to pick up this role. I can't go look for another actor at this time. So she was like, no, I can't do it. You will do it though. At this stage, you will do it. And then I had to pet her, ginger her with the help of Niya Kimolayo. Don't worry, we have seen you as you can do it. Yes, let's do it. Okay. And then we jumped her on the role, and then she was able to merge it together and all.
So what was your experience then?
Challenging, because I produced the movie, and I was a lot of things on the production. I obviously was in charge of virtually everything on the project, and I didn't go on location to act as a major role. I knew I was going to act in the film because of course I'm an actress, but I didn't know I was going to play a major role. I was supposed to just play few scenes, and when that happened, they told me, Bingwe, please take up this role. I said, a lead role? No, I can't.
From where to where?
Do you understand? And the lead role, the female lead, you know, she had to fight and a lot of things. I was like, I've been here gingering you guys. I've not been training, nothing. So why do you want me to take up this role? And the director was like, no, you have to do this. I want you. It's even better. It's you we want. Oh my God. It was a lot.
Is this you we want from me?
It was a lot. But we think
looking back, like, it's okay. This was amazing. Glad I did it. Yeah.
But now, thank God.
Okay. Earlier, you spoke about reviews, how you're loving what you're seeing, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, it can't be all glowy. Obviously, there's been some maybe negative, maybe whatever, however you see it. I would love for you to address that. Maybe one in particular that you would want to address, like, okay, this thing that I've seen a couple of people talking about, it's not like this, or is this way, or just talk about how you have taken the negative reviews that you've gotten so far.
When you do a big job, you can expect all 100% positivity from people. People will have their own view of it. Some will have their own view of it. There's been a lot of positive reviews. There are also been a lot of negative reviews. For us, we don't take negative reviews to heart. What is important is we will look thoroughly into your own review that is negative. There is a message you're trying to pass. If we have a fault, if you fault us on something and we see it, we'll definitely pick it up and then improve on our next production. We aren't going to take it to heart like you're trying to destroy. No, you're only, when you drop a negative review on a particular job and I look into it and I see it and I'm able to correct it in my next production, you have actually made me a better person. Actually, you know, that way, and then the rest is history. We move on.
Amazing. Now before we even get into the movie proper, right? Because I'm going to be honest, I saw it last night this morning, right? So personally for me, when I saw it, I saw the props, I saw everything that went into it, and now you're saying that you had to build everything from scratch.
Yes.
Listen, I think it's only fair for me to ask about the funding of this movie, because sometimes you would want to do something, right, and you start, and during the whole production process, not even before post-production, you find out that this is going to cost more than this. This is going to cost more than that. And it's very, very clear, looking at the movie, that a lot went into this. We've seen people who have produced movies, be it Yoruba movies, Nollywood, whatever it is, come out and be like, this was the challenge I faced. Nobody knows exactly what I went through for this to happen. Femi Adebayo has even come out to say before, for Jago Jago, that he had to sell things. What is your own personal story as concerns the funding of this thing? Did you have help from people, or was it something that a lot of people will not understand?
God.
Okay.
Why you do that? You know, I imagine what we went through, because it's more like we had a particular budget for this film, and then we had to spend like times five of it.
Wow.
Times 5 of it. It was tough, extremely tough. Okay, at a point, I told my wife, eventually we didn't do it. I told her, I put up my car already for sale, that when if I get somebody will go buy this car
you
now.
Put up your car for sale?
Yes, but lucky for me, I know see buyer. I know see buyer. I was able to get help from few people, like, I want to put up this car, can you buy it from me? I need the money to do this. I'll be like, instead of me to buy it from you, how much are you looking for?
Wow.
Okay, take this, don't worry, when you finish, just return it to me.
Wow.
That was the luck that we had, because hey God.
Because when I'm hearing that you had to build something from scratch,
because, and then my director is a very creative person. At a point, we don't have the idea of a pool in the film before. He just came up with it, and then we had to build a pool, and we just shot that single scene in that pool, and we had to build a pool immediately for like 5 million.
You built a pool for 5 million?
You know,
just for one scene?
Just for that scene alone.
Even more.
You know, just for that scene to just go, because that is what he wants, and we must provide it. And then for me, I like the fact that when you tell me this is what you want, and I see that it is going to add value to the film, I will go all out to make sure that I get it. You know, so it wasn't easy in any way, but I think I am lucky to have good people around me that once I say, it's tough, or I need this, be like, okay, give me a day or two, I'll see what I can do. And then we're able to get help and all that. That's how we survived it.
Amazing. At what point? Let me direct this question to you. Right. At what point did you feel like, especially when after explaining the way it came to you, the way the role came to you, and everything? At what point did you feel like? Was there ever a point where you were like, I can't do this? No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, nah, it's not gonna happen. Because your biggest role, obviously you didn't want to feel like you flopped, but what kept you going?
Well, it will be at the point where they came to me with, you have to take the role of Ikeola. And I was like, we already have an actor for Ikeola. Why are you asking me to play Ikeola? And they said, oh, the actor is this, that. I was like, no, I can't do this. That would be because I wasn't prepared for it. For a movie like this, you have to prepare for it. And I was just there as a producer and manager and a lot of other things, in charge of costume, line producer, even assisting the director, a lot of things.
Yeah. So
I wasn't prepared to act, like take a major role. I was prepared to do a few scenes.
Yeah.
So when they came to me with, oh, you need to take up this role, I was like, I wasn't prepared for this. I did not train. I did not even take language, because people were taking, the
learning the language, the
Egba language. I was just even, making jest of people, like, hey, because I didn't know I was going to act. So it was a lot on me.
Amazing.
I had to, take up the role, and then really, I was really, really determined to do it. Yeah, it was a lot.
So I just want to quickly check through WhatsApp. Although this one has been answered, it's by Fatia. Did you experience issues while trying to fund the movie LISABI, or you already had a budget? That has been answered. And this one says, I want to ask Mr. Lateef, why does the movie deserve a part 2? I also want to ask, what is the meaning of Mr. Macaroni's character name, Shegun Ogungbe? Do you want to go with that one?
Macaroni's character name is Oshokeno.
That's this person's name, Oshokeno. Yes, exactly. Like, what was the meaning of the
Oshokeno?
Yeah.
Huh? It could be Yoruba can be Oshokeno, Kineko, something that has to do with how do I put it? I'm trying to look for the best way to explain it, but it has to do with words of mouth. Oshokeno, the way you talk, the way you address people, the way you do your thing, and all of that. Everything that has to do with you is your words. So how do you carry your words? How do you say to people and all that? Yeah.
And then Shegun's Oshofipomile. Okay. What's the meaning of that?
It could mean, there is only Oshowa, Kenekanwa. It depends on Ifawa, Ifagbemi, where you come from. In Kotomban Sheni Dileyi, if this is what they worship there. If they are Onifa people, they will call them Ifagbemi. So Oshofipomile, that's what it means.
Okay. What inspired producing the movie? He's answered that. Will the sequel get to clarify LISABI's origin and power?
Sure.
Let them wait to see that.
She has answered it. She answered it. But that's fine. Let's talk about the research, because we've talked about everything. We've even talked about characters in the movie and everything. But people want to know. You are from Ogun State, right? The story concerning LISABI will not be too far from you, but sometimes creating a movie is not just about the story itself. It's about finding out how people related to this particular thing. You said you had to learn the actual language, the way stuff is pronounced and all. Talk to us about the research that you had to do. Did you have to go to speak to people and get what it feels, personal experiences to create things like this? And what was your biggest challenge while doing that kind of research for this movie?
Because before we start the script writing at all, we went to the Alake Palace.
You went to the palace?
Yeah, we went to the Alake Palace to meet with them and ask them questions about it. And there's an old man that told us the story of LISABI, how he lived, where he lived, and all that. And there is what we call Igbo LISABI. that is still existing in Egba. It's about 2 hours drive. We had to go into that same forest. We went there. We recorded everything and all that. So we made all of those research, and then we now came back before we now started slicing and putting it into scenes and all of that. And then we've got creative license, because we cannot just tell a biopic story the way it is. We are able to create some characters that are not in the LISABI's lineup, but we had to add it to create what we are trying to pass across to people to know. We had to do all of that. The likes of Abebi character.
She made me cry.
Where characters we created, because listening to the story, we had to now look for a way to merge it, so that the message that we are trying to pass across, the message, what it carries, would not be thrown away in any way. We had a lot of things to it, but we make sure that still message of this is a warrior, he fought for liberation and all of that, we didn't throw it away.
Did you meet some resistance when doing this research from people, like when going to ask this question, like were people like, okay, why do you want to do this, why do you want to tell our story? Like,
no, we don't
everybody was cooperating.
People were cooperating with us, but we know that when we start filming, we would face a whole lot, and then we really did face a whole lot, because that man, I don't know
which man
the LISABI man,
the
LISABI man, I think he's a strong man himself.
He gets more wala.
He gets it's always from one wala to another. When we leave a particular wala and we feel okay, yes,
we're done,
we passed through, something else will just come up again, so we faced it all through like that till we finished that film. But we already know that this story of the person we want to tell is not going to be easy, but we were ready for it, and
even till we released the film.
So I actually heard that till date they actually offer sacrifices to LISABI.
Yes.
Damn.
Every year they did this year's own March. LISABI Day was March.
That's quite
LISABI Day every year.
Eye-opening.
Wow. Man.
Yes.
Also, I want to speak about your relationship with Odoade. You've talked about it. We've seen you guys off camera several times. There is a relationship there, and at any point in time, did you know that he was always going to be part of this movie, even before the creation of this movie? Like, it was at the back of your mind?
Yes. I knew it was going to be part of it. From the very onset, I know Odun will be there. I know Ibrahim Chata will be there. I've always known that Ibrahim would be the character that he played. I'm certain about it. I wasn't doubting or trying to look for a double cast for him.
What about Odunade's king character? Did you know that he was the one?
I knew Odun would play that role because of his tallness, his courage, and then the way we want to portray the Alaafin. We knew that this is who we want to use, and all that. So a beautiful one. These are people that from the start they will be like, you were not vegetarian here. Oh yeah, we must be there for you, and all the way. Femi Adebayo Tijani, a whole lot of people. They were. It was just more like a family thing that I was doing. The arrow that we did was my own arrow too. In real life, everybody came to support that arrow. You have always done for us. This is our own to you. It was a beautiful one.
Amazing.
So in all of this, I'm hearing, aside the project, there were so many challenges. But would you say LISABI has been, in the course of your career, the most challenging project you've ever had to work on, or something else?
It is, because it is my first big project. It's challenging, I've never been an executive producer or a producer of a movie or a movie of this magnitude.
Because I'm thinking the epic movies you've been in as well, maybe was this, very stressful and all that.
And actually,
concern you with money and everything.
Give me money, but and then we got over 3,500 cast on that set.
Wow.
And then holding down everybody every day for like 30 days of shoots, 15 days of training. It was tough.
Tasking.
So people just they chop cow every 2 days. You want to die. God. I'm glad we survived.
Lateef, honestly, big shout out to you. Big shout out to you for coming through as well. You guys are amazing, and hopefully we wish you more success as concerns LISABI. He's still breaking records, and hopefully, we want to see the end of this for sure.
Yes.
Part 2. Say we should wait till next year. We'll wait.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell us about part 2 coming? At least something. At least just give us something.
This part 1. You saw the VFX there. You saw what Antio Studio did with the post-production and everything.
Yeah.
That one is small.
It's nothing compared to what is coming in part 2.
So we'll have more VFX in part 2. Okay. All right.
Part 2 is the film.
Right.
Okay. So what was this one?
This is just
Preamble.
reintroducing every actor, telling their backstory. Part 2 will go in fully.
If you're wondering where you can watch LISABI the movie, The Uprising is on Netflix. So
Only.
yeah, that's where you should watch it. And you've sorted out the one for abroad, or is it still in progress?
It's in progress.
Okay.
I'm sure there's
all right then. This is not a question. I don't know what he's about, but it's like, I heard I'm going to watch it again. I love the film, but I heard nobody defeated Oyo. But I was like, LISABI don't go foul, but waiting for the second part. Maybe you should just wait and see. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again on the success of LISABI.
Big shout out to you guys. We're watch out for part 2.
Yes, please do. Thank you so much.